I can be an example to somebody when they said, you've been depressed before? You've been hospitalized? And are you sure you want to share that? And first of all, I have no filter, so I share everything, for better or for worse. But it's been amazing that it can empower other people just to know my story. And it's just like an easygoing cheese.
Kendall Antonelli is a familiar face to Austin cheese lovers.
We did sheep, we did goat, here will be our cow.
She and her husband opened their shop 8 years ago.
We like our city life, but nobody is sitting in Austin telling the story of cheese that we could, so.
These days, Kendall is sharing another story, one she hopes will help change the conversation about mental illness.
Often if you have depression, what's so heavy about it is you're like, but I know I have everything going for me. Why can't I just get it together? And the point is, nothing has to have happened to you. It's respected for everybody, so it doesn't mean that my story is worse or better than somebody else's. That's what's so obnoxious about it, is there is no secret formula that we can figure out of why this happens to certain people and not other people.
A successful business and a happy family doesn't make Kendall immune to depression.
I always call it my mental health journey, because everything is a journey, and to me there's no beginning and no end, and if we think of it that way, then you know you can always move through whatever phase you're in, so that helps when some of those challenging times come up.
The most challenging time for Kendall was in college back in 2003. Her depression deepened, and she tried to hurt herself.
My story ends more lucky than a lot of folks, in that I had a lot of people who cared about me and loved me and intervened that night, and put me in the hospital. I was behind locked doors. I was in a psychiatric ward. And the reason they do that is because if they fear that you will harm yourself, then you need that constant care and attention. We always have music, so it's weird to me that there's not music on.
With time, therapy, TLC from her mother, and medication, Kendall got better and returned to college.
Life becomes normal to you again, in whatever way people call it normal. But I just remember for so long being so scared that I was gonna stay in that state forever, and that now it's just part of my story.
She now knows what she needs to keep the down times from turning dark again.
So it's those nights of sleep, it's some form of exercise, it's fresh air, family time for me is really important. That is kind of what sets me all back on track if I'm getting off. I'm grateful for the resources that I had, the support system that I had, and I do think people can find a support system even if they don't necessarily have like my mom or my girlfriends, because there are so many of us out there now saying, I need help with this, and so if all of us come together, we can be a support system for each other.